soon we will be stepping into the auspicious period of the Sharad Navaratri, also known as the Mahanavaratri. It's a time when Goddess Durga, the invincible warrior goddess, descends to be with her devotees. Durga Devi, the fierce form of Adi Shakti, is said to be the primordial energy responsible for creation and also the functioning of our day to day life, and is an important part of most Indian households. There are deep spiritual significances associated with these days. But in addition, these 9 days also have a social significance where women visit each other's homes in their best finery to receive haldi kumkum, tambulam, and the mandatory shundal. They chant, pray together for the well being of their families. Here I present a tambulam that I had put together for one of the Navaratris in the previous year. And you will notice it's a totally eco-friendly one, where the bag can be reused or used as a planter. So think about that. So I'm Sangeeta Venkatesh, and a very warm welcome to my channel and a very warm namaste to you. And this is a channel where we discuss places, people, cultures, and spirituality. And if these topics and themes interest you, do sub below and give me a thumbs up. Back to the Navaratri. In southern India, the tradition of assembling dolls or steps or padis is awaited eagerly as enthusiastic family members unpack the dolls that were kept away in the loft, for the past year, and then they lovingly dust and arrange them in different themes. And then the series of Golu hopping happens. So every family has a prize set of dolls that have come down through generations, and more often than not, it is that Marapachi bommes or wooden dolls that are an indispensable part of the Navaratri Golu arrangements. I got mine from my paternal grandmother during my wedding, and these dolls are generally made in a small town close to Tirupati, Andhra Pradesh called Settigunta. The dolls are made either from neem or country wood and can be found in different sizes. Now, red sandalwood or Rakta Chandam wood is also popularly used, and these are resistant to white ants and fire, and these are smaller than the other Marapachi dolls. The dolls are considered to be the representation of Lord Venkateshwara of Tirupati and his goddess, and his consort goddess Padmavati Devi, and these are dressed very elaborately by the owners of these dolls. So the other traditional dolls are made from clay, but dolls from papier-mâche, wood, marble, porcelain, and other materials have made their way, giving richness to the arts and crafts. My mother had quite a collection, but due to the frequent transfers during my father's tenure in the Indian Army, they were either lost or damaged along the way. And so I started afresh after I got married, but only when we decided to really settle down in Bangalore, so that I could make a serious attempt at investing in a series of steps and the traditional toys or Golu bommes as they are known. So Navaratri Golu steps are usually odd in number. They could be 5, they could be 7 or 9, depending on how enthusiastic you are. And they are arranged on the Mahalaya Amavasya day or the new moon day. Thereafter, the next day, when the Devi Paksha starts, the Navaratri house visits also start with the beautiful chanting of the Lalita Sahasranama, the Aigari Nandini verses, and other shlokas extolling the Devi. Now, while there are traditional rules in keeping the dolls, these days innovation plays a great role. In the early days, the first step usually had the kalasha and smaller dolls or vegetation. And as you went up the ladder, you go through other forms of the animal kingdom. Then the tableau of humans and their activities were placed. And above them were placed the saints and scenes from mythology. And the last step usually had the forms of the Devi and the gods that form the Trinity along with their consorts. This order represents how we can rise upwards towards divinity. It also represents how Goddess Durga assimilates the power of the divine, the humans, the animals, the vegetables, and the mineral worlds. Indeed, they are not just mere dolls, but the thought process and the narrative that are embedded in deep philosophy on one hand, and also, on the other hand, just the mundane. A kalasha, that is a metal pot with a large base and a narrow mouth, which is large enough to hold a coconut, is filled with water and some rice and placed for worship. The coconut is surrounded by mango leaves. While there are Golu competitions in India, the Indian diaspora around the world is also not left behind. Even during the pandemic, there were virtual darshans as well as competitions planned across the world, which speaks a lot about the enthusiasm of Indians and what they have for their festive seasons. And here is an award-winning Golu by Usha Muthukrishnan, who is based in the US. Now, the clay dolls from Puducherry are said to be quite special. The clay that is obtained from the Shankaraparani river is supposed to be of very fine quality and strong enough to make even big dolls. The clay is kneaded with hands and feet to make it supple and then cast into molds. They are then sun-dried, fired in a kiln, and then painted in bright colors. And then they come to the marketplace to be bought by customers. So next time we buy these dolls, do remember the tedious process so that we do not haggle with them. Now, the dancing dolls of the Thalai Atta Bomme of Tanjavur is very popular and can be regularly seen in the Golu displays. And these have the honor of being included in the Government of India Geographical Indication Registry, and they were GI registered in 2009. The Raja Rani pair are a popular inclusion in every Golu. I'm going to show you some photographs from collections, from my collection as well as some of my friends. Now, these two steps, which you can see, shows the antics of Lord Krishna, stealing the butter. Lord Krishna on a banyan leaf that was envisioned by Rishi Markandeya. Then there are two marble dolls of Lord Krishna, Krishna with Gopikas of Nandagaon, the Satyanarayana Puja, a wooden Ganesha in the center, and a representation of the Gajendra Moksham story. So through these tableaus and these dolls, one gets to learn such a lot about the Indian mythology and can be used as a very useful learning tool. The Shavataram dolls, or the 10 incarnations of Lord Vishnu, is also an ubiquitous, in all Golu displays. And the Lalita Sahasranama says that the 10 incarnations sprang out of the 10 fingernails of the goddess. So depending on which sampradaya or which line of thought or philosophy that you come from, these stories keep varying. But whatever it is, they are very interesting and just connects you to the roots. Now, a Lakshmi Haigriva Vigraha which can be seen on the screen, is a favorite in my collection. And here is the deity Skanda, also known as Kartikeya or Subramanya, and these most favorite brothers in arms, the Lord Ganesha and Lord Kartikeya. The following are the 8 forms of Lakshmi, or the Ashtalakshmis. Now, Adi Lakshmi, the primal mother goddess; Dhana Lakshmi, the goddess of the material worth; Dhanya Lakshmi, goddess of good harvest and grains; Gaja Lakshmi, goddess of power and strength; Santana Lakshmi, goddess of offsprings and progeny; Veera Lakshmi, goddess of courage and strength; Vijay Lakshmi, goddess of victory; Aishwarya Lakshmi, goddess of comfort and luxury. And so, depending on what you're seeking, there is a Lakshmi that you can pray to and get what your heart desires. And here is a photograph of Andal, the woman saint or the divine maiden, and she is one amongst the 12 Alvars. In all the Sri Vaishnava temples, her compositions, consisting of Tirupavai and Nachiyar Tirumoli, are recited with devotion during Dhanurmasa. One day I hope to make a video on Srivilliputtur, her birthplace. And this is the doll that represents the Sudarshan Chakra or Chakra Talwar, the divine disc that is with Lord Vishnu all the time. And this is Lakshmi Varaha, Nitya Kalyan Perumal. He is the deity in the Nitya Kalyan Perumal temple close to Chennai on the Mahabalipuram road. Now, dolls such as those of Andal, Chakra Talwar, and the Lakshmi Varaha, Nitya Kalyan Perumal dolls can be largely found in Sri Vaishnava households, as they are an intricate part of that sampradaya. So depending on what kind of family you are from, the dolls vary from household to household. And now here is a tableau of the Mysore Dasara. The Mysore Dasara celebrations are legendary, during the Vijayadashmi day, and was started by the 14th century Vijayanagara Empire and was then continued by the Vodiyar dynasty. On Vijayadashmi, the Jambu Savari or the traditional Dasara procession on the streets of Mysore is a huge attraction. This is a 5-step Golu at my home from a previous year, and it's rather simple, and I derive a lot of joy from what I do. And here I present the seer of Kanchi Kamakoti Peetham, the Mahaperiva Jagadguru, Sri Chandrasekhara Irendra Saraswati Swamigal. And this is a village scene and some model elements too, where I use the toys that belonged to my boys when they were little. Now, the Golus are a labor of love for many women and their families. Shweta Sundar, a poet, writer, and an artist, sent me a note which goes as follows. And she says, "We look forward to this 9 days, 9 nights journey into Wonderland and in the realm of stories, deities, and fantasy. That is what Golu is for us, a whole body and mind detox. One ends up feeling energized and stimulated at the end of the 9 days and gain victory or vijaya over your senses on Vijayadashmi." Viji Kannan, whose imagination and efforts show every year, says, "Golu is not only a means, not only means feeling the Devi's divine presence. It is also an occasion that brings together the energy, time, help, enthusiasm, teamwork, and creativity provided by all my family members to display the rich, colorful, historical, and cultural heritage of India through different themes every year, and that provides a humbling experience." So, before I close the video, I want to thank Shweta Sundar, Shakuntala Rajmohan, Usha Muthukrishnan, and Vijay Krishnan for generously sharing their pictures with me for this video. And if you found this video useful or if you've learned something new, let me know in the comments, and do share it with your family and friends, both in India and abroad. And don't forget to subscribe. Wishing you a very happy Navaratri and a blessed Vijayadashmi in the days to follow. May prosperity, good health, and contentment be yours. Thank you, and see you soon.